It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A 65-year-old man has died in hospital after being pulled unconscious from his burning unit at Mayfield. Firefighters arrived just after 5:30 yesterday morning to find the rear apartment of a 6-unit block in Fawcett Street well alight. They performed CPR on the man before he was rushed to the Calvary Mater Hospital, where he died a short time later. Chief Inspector Gerard Lawson says sadly the tragedy could have been avoided.
We've had a few fires in homes, in various parts of homes, some in kitchens, some in lounge rooms, but this fire, particularly in Mayfield, we believe was caused by a heater in the lounge room that had been left on overnight. So it would be timely to advise people to think about what they're using as a heating source, making sure that it is fit for purpose, and if need be, get a new one or get it checked out, and also ensure that their fire alarms are working.
A family of 6 have been left with just the clothes on their backs after fire destroyed their East Maitland home early this morning. The mother of 5 woke just after 1 a.m. to find smoke and a strong burning smell in her bedroom of her Brunswick Street home. She found the gas stove in the kitchen on fire and quickly evacuated her children. Despite the quick response from firefighters, the blaze took hold rapidly and engulfed the home. Police say a malfunction with the stove caused the fire. A man is recovering in the John Hunter Hospital after being attacked outside his Charlestown home. The 28-year-old suffered injuries to his left arm and chest when he was set upon by 2 men in Hillsborough Road just before 5 yesterday morning. The search continues for the pair, who were dressed in dark clothing and were armed with an edged weapon. Lake Macquarie Council will tonight consider introducing a policy to provide a framework on what photographs and plaques should be hung on the walls of council buildings. It follows outrage from victim support groups over photos of disgraced former councillors Douglas Carley and Milton Orkopoulos, who are both convicted sex offenders. Councillor Kevin Baker believes a more thoughtful approach is needed so as not to offend victims. Stage 4 of Lake Macquarie Council's transformation of the boulevard at Toronto has begun. Towards the end of work, the council-owned car park will be closed for 2 weeks to help complete the upgrade, which will involve the reconstruction of flower beds and levelling of the pavement area. Project manager Prashant Lemanchani says the work is due for completion by the end of the year.
Based on our current program, we expect the project to be finished by end of this year, but that will obviously depend on the weather and other delays. I'd like to thank the Toronto community in a whole for their constant support and cooperation during Council's project.
Nominations will open early next year for women's scholarships in Port Stephens to encourage women to pursue their endeavours, whether it's through education, career or something personal. Councillor Sally Dover brought the proposal to Council, which was unanimously backed by her fellow councillors. She says the scholarships can be used for a variety of things.
They might want to go back to studies. They might want to set up a business. They might be already doing something and want to expand something that they're doing. So that it's a pretty broad criteria, but I think it would be wonderful to encourage women to step out and expand what they would really love to do.
Sport for our sponsor, PRD Nationwide East Maitland.
The Newcastle Knights endured a torrid second half to let slip a 14-point halftime lead and lose 30-20 to the Panthers yesterday. The halftime lead was the first time in 2 seasons the Knights have kept a side to nil after 40 minutes. Captain Sione Matatia says their struggles at the start of the second half were draining.
That 20-minute period really sucked the juice out of the boys, and it was pretty hard to bounce back. It's a tough ask to try and get the momentum back after that 20 minutes, but we believed we could. Gave it a fair crack.
Meanwhile, Kurri have scored a huge upset win over South Newcastle in local rugby league with a 24-23 win yesterday. A South Newcastle field goal was trumped by a Kurri penalty in the dying minutes to secure them the 2 points. Maitland have slipped out of the NPL top 4 with a shock loss to Adamstown yesterday. The Rosebud ran out 3-1 winners, an early goal from Aaron Nyonkuru and a double from Alex Reid doing the damage. And a pair of losses have seen defending ice hockey champions Newcastle North Stars fall further down the ladder. The North Stars now sit in 7th spot after 10 matches. And the winning numbers in Weekend Lotto are 10, 11, 33, 6, 25 and 15, and the supplementaries are 5 and 25. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.